This is Coffee Number 5. I'm your host, Lara Schmoisman. Hi, you guys. Thank you so much for being here again at Coffee Number 5. Today, I'm so happy. I'm here with my good friend, Coco Disco. Hi, Coco.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. So happy to have you here. And Coco is so talented in so many different angles. I love that she's a DJ and she plays this fantastic and fun music, and you can find her in different places in LA. But she also has her own clothing line. She's a stylist for these incredible publications. And because you were raised here and there and here again. Tell us a little more about that.
Yeah, I moved to LA about 6 years ago. I was in Arizona prior, and I lived in Europe and all over in the States, but finally made the leap to LA, and yeah, it was really amazing. I got into the editorial styling realm pretty quick, and I also formed Coco Disco. I've been DJing for over 12 years now, and I've been doing styling for over 16. So I ended up, when I decided to start my clothing line 3 years ago, I trademarked my name and really solidified my brand as a lifestyle, full encompassing Coco Disco experience. So I recently just did a 2-year residency down in Tulum, Mexico, which was amazing. I DJed 5 nights a week there. I sold out the rest of my clothing line and just was able to live in the beauty of Tulum on the beach every day. So it was very nice. But now I'm back in LA. So I've been here for almost a year.
So beautiful. How you feel like growing up in Europe influenced you in being who you are today and with music and creating your own line? You think you are a different person because of that?
Absolutely. I truly believe that the more travel you have under your belt and the more different cultures you get to experience, it really broadens your horizons and just gives you a new take on life and how things are. Instead of being so closed-minded, you're pretty open to everything, and it's just, I think, very important for everyone to try.
What is your new collection inspired on?
My first collection is sheer, barely there party wear. Is kind of the essence of my clothing line. So it's sheer, sparkly clothes that you can wear from a boat party to the beach to a dinner and out to a fancy nightlife or club or party, and they always look fabulous. So my next collection is going to be Art Deco inspired prints and things like this on some disco and kimonos and my original designs, and adding in some new things as well.
Oh, how fun! I can't wait to see them. But I have another question for you because you are all the time styling these beautiful people in magazines, and of course, these people they already have such a strong personas, and you have to style them in fitting a different brands. How do you manage that?
I mean, my clothing line is very specific to a certain, type of party goer, but a more sophisticated one. So when styling for certain publications, you just have to make sure that you're expressing some of the artist's true, style, but also introducing new things that they normally wouldn't wear. And you generally do some fittings beforehand or before shooting so that you can really make sure that the artist or the client or talent is comfortable, but also, being able to jazz up their own style with your knowledge and flair as well.
And you feel like your knowledge and your sense of fashion evolves all the time, or you feel like there's a sense of growth, or you feel like it's just unique every time?
I mean, fashion is always going through a cycle and always evolving. I mean, there's always like some core classic items or pieces that will never go out of style. But every so many years the fashion does a complete cycle. So, you'll see all of a sudden the 90s are back, but in a modern twist, or, like the 70s are back, but they're also in a modern twist. But the fashion constantly goes in a cycle and reinvents every era into a newer era. But yeah, it's constantly evolving, and I think it's important to change with the fashion, but also keep your like classy foundation and styling as well.
And so you were moving from, I'm gonna go back to Arizona, you came to LA and you had to find like your place and you had to find your core beliefs and okay, I want to DJ, I want to do my line. Where did you start? How did you find where to go first?
Well, I was working at a place downtown called The Well, and I was doing hair down there. And then they had their own fashion line, and I just had a lot of people that believed in me, and they showed me they guided me in the beginning stages, and then it was just a lot of trial and error after that. But once I started doing it, I just, it's always been a dream of mine, so it became very easy to do and very fun and exciting for me to learn how to do new things like that.
And how do you combine being a DJ and being a stylist and being a fashion designer? How all these different worlds that they have so much in common, but at the same time they're so different. How can you do it all?
Well, DJing is generally an evening thing, so that's great. And it's not something, unless I'm doing a residency like this summer, I'll probably be in the south of France for 3 months doing a residency there and going through Europe. But, that's in the evenings, and during the day. When you're doing a collection, you're only producing like one, maybe two for me, collections a year. I generally do one a year for myself. But yeah, and then it's nice to be able, because it's the best form of promotion, is to be able to wear it on stage in front of a lot of people, or be at a festival or any sort of big gathering for music, and have a little stand. And it's really integrated, like fashion, music, and the art realms are very intertwined.
And why the name Coco?
I got the name Coco from, I used to be obsessed with Coco Chanel when I was younger, and
Uh,
so all my gay friends started calling me Coco. And then when I first started DJing, which back in the day, I was very into new disco and disco, so then everyone just started calling me Coco Disco, and it stuck. And then upon forming my brand, I had lucked out and was able to trademark it, and now I own all the rights for my universe given name.
and what you feel that you have common things with Coco Chanel or just inspiration from her?
Just inspiration. I mean, after learning so much about her, she really spearheaded entire fashion movement. She made, tanning and swimming suits and androgynous dressing, and she started as like with nothing, just making hats, and she's evolved into this mega powerhouse brand that's timeless and amazing. So yeah, definitely draw inspiration from a woman like that, spearheading the fashion game back in the 20s. It's amazing.
And so if you would be your younger self and you can see yourself from this point of view from who you are today, what would you say to yourself? What would you recommend her?
Um, Maybe just tips on how to do things better and with less trial and error, I think would be great. Because I mean, doing all those things, they're not necessarily easy, and it's a lot of learning and growing, and just knowing not what to do next time. So I definitely help myself get rid of less of those errors.
Which one, tell me one of those errors that you think that you could have been avoided. I mean, that would be great for our audience to learn.
I mean, as far as starting a clothing line, I did everything in Los Angeles, so nothing was outsourced. So cost per unit is high. And then I also didn't really realize how important PR and marketing is for when you're forming a brand. And, I was able to do pretty well without really spending. I ran out of money to invest in that area. And I think that's equally as important as making the clothes in retrospect. So, you know, moving forward, I know that to budget a large amount for that, so that you can reach a wider audience, and you can do everything, without having to wholesale to other accounts, and just run everything through your website. So that's something I'll definitely be doing for my next collection.
And so what's next after you're going to be launching your collection, and then what's next?
Yeah, I'm just working on music. I'm working in the studio a lot. So I'll be coming out with some original tracks coming up here. And then I'll probably be going back down to Tulum in April for the Art With Me festival. And then from there, I'll be heading to south of France and Monaco for 3 months to be in the studio with my
Nice.
friends. Yeah, and then I have a few residencies down there. So I'm pretty excited to be spending this summer in Europe. I love traveling, so I've been in LA for about a year, and I'll always have it as a home base. But there's certain times of the year that are very busy for me and my type of clientele that I DJ for.
Is
So
that new of you making music, or you made music before?
I've made only a very few tracks. I do a lot of mixes, so I've been writing down through my travels the past few years a lot of lyrics, and so I'm gonna do some light vocals on my tracks, and yeah, I'm excited to just kind of put out some original things and be in
You're
one
gonna
place for a little bit so I can, be able to go to the studio every day.
who are you gonna work with?
I'm going to work with a few different people, my friends Ricochet, and then my friend Jan Mueller. So they're all amazing producers, and it's nice when making music. It can be a little tedious, and if you're not super familiar with all the programs, they're very techy. So I'm a creator and an artist, so I can do so much, and then I need a little guidance with having one of my friend producers come in and help me polish everything up. So
Oh, that's awesome. It's
yeah,
amazing to be able to count with a team. It's really hard to be by yourself.
I mean, I can't do everything. I also like do painting, so I paint big pieces, and I'm doing clothing, and I'm styling, and then DJing. So it gets, if I try to do everything by myself, I've tried before, and it equals burnout. So I know better. And truthfully, at the end of the day, collaborating with friends that do the same thing, it's way more fun, anyways.
Absolutely. Well, Coco, it was such a good thing to have you here. I can't wait to see your new collection, to hear new tracks, and to see what's next with you. So please
Yeah,
keep us posted. We're gonna put in the episode notes all the links for you to see Coco's new collection and the new tracks for sure.
yay! Thank you
Okay.
so much.
Of course. See you soon. It was so good to have you here today. See you next time. Catch you on the flip side. Ciao, ciao.